for me, those things are soft things. If your child is good, kind, and polite, you've done your job. Every other thing, there are some
foundations that need to be.
Yes,
That's kind.
they are so unkind.
Very, very unkind.
There are kids that are crying, deeply crying, and that's where I have an issue. The thing I always say about UK is that we're just like chillax. UK, you gotta say.
Yeah.
I was one time I traveled as well for 2 weeks, and I left Chimeze with his children. He was totally by himself. There was nobody. My mom was here. There was no help. He did it for. He fed them. I'm like, they are your kids. I traveled for 2 weeks, and he did the whole thing. And it was 2 weekends as well. So there was Saturday, so that when I came back, I was feeling sorry for him, Sha. It was done, tried.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the structure forces you to be.
Yeah, so
you have to
Nigeria, just tell
the nanny and the driver. You just give them a brief. And you go to sleep. Especially if you have
especially that time.
Yeah.
You know that time. When it's 8:40. Even forget about it. When you get to school. At times,
get to open at 8:30 and close at 8:45.
Yeah.
You are not in, you are late.
Yeah, you're late.
Clear.
So when it's 8:40, even when you make it at maybe 8:45, you're not still late. But the fact that you see other parents,
they are leaving.
They are already standing before they even open the curtain, like for our school.
Yeah.
They open the curtain at 3:20. No, 3:20 on the dot. Okay. They're blind.
Oh, yeah.
So they will now start seeing their parent. Once they see their parent, they will now come down.
So the way the school is they're the class upstairs. So we all stand downstairs. So they tell the kids to go there. When you can spot your parents, then you come downstairs.
Yeah.
So when they lift up the blinds, all the kids are looking out in anticipation.
So
and you don't want your kids to now be the only one standing.
So that'll be like this.
So all the other parents have gone.
Where's my father?
And then your child is by the window.
All those things.
Everyone else has gone.
It affects them.
This thing
emotionally.
There are several times when there have been like parent
activities in the school.
Yeah.
And we're always trying to make sure that one of us is there.
Yeah.
Because we've seen times when kids, their parents don't come.
Oh, that used to break my heart.
And
when there was one where's my mommy? Where's my mommy? Like this last Mother's Day that they had in school, and Camdy's class came to sing, so they all stood on the stage. After all of us were now like standing, there were no chairs, all the parents were standing. After, I said, okay, there was a very short performance, like run to your mom. You see the way every child ran to their mom. Camdy ran into my arms, I hugged him. I was like, imagine if I was not here. There were some kids standing there just
breaking.
They're like, where's my mommy?
And those are the things over
like, hey, God, always give me the gift of being able to be here. Yeah. Last year's Mother's Day, I couldn't go, but Chimeze was here.
At least one parent.
I felt out of place because I was not there sitting like, should I put it? One child was now.
But you have to go.
Like, do my parents hate me? Was that
they do little things though.
My parents hate me.
And in this environment,
I say that because other parents came and my
they don't explain though. So those are the things that will make you. Even if you're not late, the fact that the other parents are standing and you now walking up, nobody's talking. Those body language alone.
After some time, you will adjust yourself.
Let me be the first person.
Adjust yourself. So apart from just like children being more hands-on and aware of timings and structure, what other, I don't want to say surprises, or what are some of the things that you have noticed? How has your life changed since you guys have been here?
Well, I think, let me talk about in terms of running the activities of the home. So we've talked about kids and all that stuff. A huge difference.
I said it was nice then. It's more than nice now.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm enjoying
Some people went the Osaro and didn't.
I'm even watching it. Anybody wants to take permission. I want to take claim on it.
Thank you, Tyro. I appreciate your appreciation. You know, some people didn't appreciate it.
Let me appreciate it. So as a business,
let me just took one piece of yam.
Okay, the moi is great.
I'm not happy with that moi.
It's fantastic. I so much love it. So much love it.
After time I said it's fantastic 3 times. Why you
never to
say it once?
Why did I keep my leg and say?
So that's remind
men looking at that.
I was stretching my leg. See, my leg is not that long.
I don't fish for compliments. When I cook, if you like, say that. I just say that.
You know, I was stretching my leg, but it wasn't touching.
But I'm like, see the organic compliments. Why can't you organically compliment?
I'm sorry.
Please continue what you were saying.
Just know, of course, family. I'll find a way.
Sorry. There's a couple of things you take for granted.
That reminds me of my friend. What she just said that.
Yeah.
Let me digress a bit. I went to Asaba. I lived there for you went to South Africa. Me too. I live in the suburbs. Fine.
No. You must say Asaba.
Asaba. Yeah, Delta State.
Okay. How's that the same as South Africa?
No, it's he went somewhere. He lived somewhere.
Okay. Outside of Lagos.
Outside of Lagos. Born, bred in Lagos. So I was there with my friend. This guy, we knew in Lagos. He now moves. By the time he moves, he married, born, back to back, 3 children. So I now went for business. It was contract. I wouldn't be able to go and come. So I said I was going to chill in an hotel. So I booked an hotel for a week. But the thing was not like all this politics thing. So it had to take more than a week. So the guy calculated well. Okay, you know what? Instead of staying in an hotel, there's a new build they just rented them. And there's a spare room. Very okay. I can just stay there since instead of burning hotel money.
So like Airbnb it.
Airbnb, something like that. And of course, they're not even charging me. And you only get now. All those money you spend in the hotel, if I bring it to this house, they will be happy. So it was good. So I stayed with them there. One room for me, they moved away. I was fine. And of course, the hotel money, I was really, doing things for the house, and they were more happy. But the important part of the mom was there to greet them. But when I grew up, I don't know, we had a very large compound. We're large too. So at some point, they divided portions for everybody. So in the morning, there's a part you have to sweep. That's why I love to sweep. But I like to sweep. I know how to sweep a lot. Professional, not. you know those sweep that you sweep.
They clean it.
That use this thing to make design. The pump. Outside, we have outside of our compound and so.
Okay.
You can do design. When people even step on it, you'll be angry that they are stepping on my design. For you to know that's a competition.
Okay.
So when I go to the house, I realized this guy was the lion of the house.
Tribe of the house.
Just wake up, the food is there, I want to even to meditate or just move around, dirt here and there. So I'll just clean up after myself. So I'll go outside, I do exercise. That's what got additional
You're so six-pack.
proper six-pack. So I was like moving around the long stretch of the house. I realized some green parts, it affects me. So I just, let me quickly clean this so I can jog there. Now, those are my own ideas, so not for anything. So the mother was noticing all those things, cleaning the compound. I had time. I didn't know that. All these things I was doing. My friend. So the wife was like, this is your own friend. That came from Lagos.
Your friend,
and he's supposed to be.
What's your excuse?
And he's even, I didn't know it was later, and I say, I want for you. Don't come now.
You're spoiling my marriage.
Guess what? So in the morning now,
Yeah,
big man has to go and carry mop. Outside, he used to sweep it permanently. Every weekend, I say,
So that the wife has allocated it to
and to me, and I say, you don't come now. So
She's like, why do you want to do all this thing? It's not your mate.
and the mother pray. In fact, I won't forget the woman prayed and prayed and prayed for me before I marry you.
So what did I say?
Okay. So he watched something online. You know these couple games that they do. So apparently this one was. I asked him if it was I think we had seen one that was talking about songs, praise songs, alphabetical order, and all that. So this one was. There are some of
praise
them
like
praise
Jesus,
songs like the guy and the girl are doing songs, and then
Follow the rhythm.
who doesn't get the next song gets powder on their face or something like that. So this one was called Names of Girls.
Okay. If it's a white one's what?
I was two Africans like that. Names of girls, names of girls. So the lady said a name, and then the guy said a name of a girl, and then he received a slap from the wife. And I was like, okay, what happened? He said, no, let's continue. So they went again. Names of girls. The girl called another name. He called another lady's name, and he received another slap. Wow! You keep quiet. So she now realized, okay. So names of girls, names of girls. The wife would say them. He kept saying his wife's name. Gloria. Gloria. So apparently, he's not allowed to do any other girl's name.
But you see why women are
The
criminals.
girls face blue and black.
See why women are criminals. When they say the guy again, this woman,
Ask you to go to the gym.
no, let me explain. This woman, she has had multiple crushes since I've known her. It is Elba.
Love me some Idris Elba.
I'll give you blue.
That guy, that foolish boy. That boy that can act. That big eyes.
What was Miller?
No, but one man is my guy. If you have a question,
What was Miller?
Yes,
Aaron Pierre.
that act.
That's why he let me go to the gym. Because
I was trying to gym. I'm also trying to say that I like
Aaron Pierre that can act.
Aaron Pierre. Oh my God.
But you're not allowed to have a crush.
I cannot have a crush.
No, you can't actually.
How can you have a
I
crush?
don't have a crush on
Your crush ended.
Angelina Burke.
Your
10 years ago.
10 years ago.
Yes.
She called me for 3 days.
Yeah, we
Just
just
for 3 days.
why would you open your mouth tell me that you have a
But
crush?
she has crush on. She
Just
she's
said
a serial crush. How can you be having crush?
That's
why actual women are
Alpha.
yeah, you can't.
She has 30 crushes.
no.
So you can have crush. You vocalize your crush again.
Yes.
I'm asking.
He cannot vocalize his crush to me, Sha. He cannot.
No.
Even if you had the
I
crush,
should say,
as you're having it, be forgetting it.
I should say, oh, this is my crush.
Just sit back.
No. As I thought. Oh,
When they ask you who's your crush,
You are my crush.
Can I say, oh,
I'm your only crush.
I can have my own crush, you know.
which
I
crush?
said, here's my crush. 3 days quarrel.
I didn't talk to him. I was like, you think that it's okay for him to be
Say
lusting
that.
after another woman? Right?
Yes,
You
ma'am.
are crushing after another woman. I should be your only crush.
I mean-
Yeah, but you have crushes. That's different. That's different. My crush is different.
This marriage thing is not balanced. Take it like that.
Take it like that.
Like that.
Okay, so let's go back to yeah.
Go back.
So I think for me, a couple of things, right? In Nigeria, we have space, which we do tend to take for granted, right?
What kind of space?
Our accommodation, our living, our
God's-
homes, we have
God's-
space,
yeah.
right? We have the luxury to do so many things, yeah? The houses in Nigeria nowadays, every room is en suite, you know?
Yeah.
Your kitchen is big, you can have 2 sitting rooms, like there's so much we can do. The biggest house in the UK, at least average biggest 5-bedroom houses, it still doesn't compare to a lot of the things that we
5-bedroom.
have back home in Nigeria. So the cluster was one thing in terms of the actual space that you have. That was one. The other one was your bills and the way the bill structure is. Like back home, if the government doesn't provide water, sink your borehole.
Yeah.
You become your own
Well,
water
it's
generation
so
plant,
ecosystem.
right?
You provide your own power, you provide your own
I
water,
pay rent.
you provide your own, yeah.
That's one thing that pains me to pay.
And it has its ups and its downs, right? But the thing is, you have more control over a lot of your variables than when you're here. Here, everything is provided.
But that gives more stress. Depends. Like in Lagos, we used to buy a tank of water every week.
It depends on where you.
Then you have to buy fuel for your generator.
So like we did not
you
have to buy tanker water because in our own side of town, our water bill, yes, our water bill is quite good.
Our water was like
No, the
Have
water
we
island
invested in like this reverse osmosis tank?
after some time, it would not.
So
heavy water.
So those were the perks. Okay, then the downside is noise pollution in Nigeria that you do not have here. The electricity is good. So over there, I mean, that piece of having to power a generator was always something I always struggled with because the noise is there, the fumes are there. You know, it's just like a lot of disruption versus here. You don't have to think about it. Then you have to structure your laundry. You know, I have to do it at this day and at this time. Whenever you wake up, bam, the light is on. So I think
it's crazy that in 2026, that's still a thing.
Exactly.
That in Nigeria.
And guess what? I saw an old newspaper clip of ANPC in Nigeria, like something from ANPC, like all those Awolowo political parties, right? And part of their campaign manifesto was electricity.
Like 100% uninterrupted electricity.
Well, for whatever it was, they did promise.
Every politician runs on
because that's a problem.
Exactly.
But they never solve.
We are
that fossil
almost 40 years after.
You are still promising electricity.
Yeah, so 40 years after, we are still having those conversations.
It's crazy.
So what were the motivations to move? Apart from experiencing a different culture, it was also that piece of even living in a place where things do work. Because we know back home, I mean, it has its really great size, but there are lots of things that are not working within our economic ecosystem. I know people complain about, you have to pay taxes here. There's road taxes. But the roads are quite good. They are really good.
Yeah.
So
you can see your taxes working.
Yeah, so what I would pay in road tax, I would pay to the mechanic in Nigeria to fix constantly fix my shock absorbers. So I think
I know that shock absorber.
I wouldn't call it a culture shock. It's just a different way of living and a lot of adjustments that has to be done versus being in Nigeria. So being in Nigeria, we had like the inflatable pool. You know, just connect it, feel the pool, do what you want to do. When you want to feel the pool here, you're like, okay. And water is going to come with you. So you don't have to start rationalizing your choices. There's a lot of rationalization that happens when you live in the West versus when you're living back at home.
But that's because at home, money is easier to make.
In a way. Is it easier?
Yeah, it's easier to make money.
You're in your home country.
Yeah, I think that's why it's easier to make money.
Yeah.
And in Nigeria, for some reason, even before like I started working and started making good money, I was never really broke. Because, and I'm not saying there are no broke people in Nigeria, but there was always somewhere or somebody that would give me money.
Well, I mean, from someone that would give
I can call my uncle, I can tell, I can go and beg my mother. Like, there's nobody to give you money on your own. You figure that thing
There's a bit of adulthood that is also playing out here because even if you were in Nigeria, at some stage you would not want to call an uncle.
No, but if I'm Nigeria,
it's social structure.
There's a structure. If I don't have you to give, even if for any reason we're stranded in Nigeria, Chimane, we cannot be stranded for long.
There is something.
There's something to pull.
So is it a function of the fact that you have a richer community? So are we saying maybe our kids now growing up here,
a richer and more generous community?
Okay,
there's a culture
on that point. There's a
community and
communal
living on each other. Yeah, there's nothing like that. Like you're on your own.
Everybody's facing
like no mercy.
Like no just mercy. Keep going, keep moving.
And it was a big thing as well when you realize that even people that you're friends with, they are also facing their life because everybody is back.
You can't even.
Thinking about what you just said now, it's easier for someone to give you $1 million in Nigeria than for someone to give £500 here.
Yeah.
But the world of difference.
Yes.
No, you feel like I'll give you
Here's like £1.
You don't understand.
So heavy.
Going for £100.
A beggar, not a beggar, so a homeless woman in London, £20. She was, I can never forget her reaction. Because to me,
Did you mistake? Is it?
no, £20.
No, I mean the girl will be wondering, or the lady
She
will be
was
wondering.
She said this 20 pounds. I was like, yeah, I know. She's like, oh my god, I'm so thankful. Thank you so much.
She wasn't sure.
People usually maybe will give her a coin, a
penny or 1p. Yeah.
She was like, this 20p. She gave me 20p. She couldn't believe it. For me, the 20p, I would have probably used it for, I don't know.
Some frivolous things.
Yeah, so it didn't mean anything to me.
Absolutely.
But for her,
you don't combine that. It's time to go.
Her baggage.
My work for today is done.
And suddenly leaving. She walks past me. She was like, I'm so thankful. I was like, it's okay. I didn't understand. I know that was my early days in the UK. Now I'm cautious, so I don't give people that kind of money.
I want to talk, man. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. You know, one of that things. I think those are the advantages, or what I call it, disadvantage of system working. Once system starts to work, there won't be room for please. For instance, when I was schooling here then, I think the first time my sister Tutu was here then, we saw the boss. I was just trying to get 114. By the time we even identified the boss, the guy was trying to cross. We ran. I grabbed my sister. I left her hand. We ran. It was, I think, first week in London there in school. As we got to the front of the bus, we were actually there. They
closed the door. And the bus started. Because the bus is on a schedule.
So you may say, in my mind, I'll be like,
that's so rude.
Very heartless. See all the running that I did. At least humanity. He waited for me to go get there. I said, which guy welcome to London? But guess what? I may be angry, very inhumane. I can at least have some humanity in you. But guess what? If system is working,
the boss is on the schedule.
System does not understand please or I beg. It has to, because it has to reach the next bus stop at a particular time.
Just like in Nigeria, when you get stopped by the police, say you beg. I say, oh God, please. Sometimes you say, give me something for weekend. If you don't give, you can beg your way.
There's begging. There is no system.
You are broken the law.
There's no
and you say it in a polite way, ma'am. Excuse me, I'm sorry. You have to go. Go this way. Yeah, you've broken the law. There's
no place.
So if we move to system working back home, we will see. I beg to say that here could have been the same kind of setup we had. United Kingdom didn't come from heaven developed. They had our problem. Just go back in history.
But
if you look at the health system, all this stuff. Because man lives in community. We are communal. But because of this development system working, even that you have to pay your plumbing money, your eating money, you must have it. And you can't say sorry to the landlord. I learned that when I rented a room and I was cleaning there. Jesus Christ. You can't say, okay, because then I had a very funny story. I had money for my rent. And I don't know what happened. I think it was my sister. I had a sister that was here then. So she had to do something. So Nigerian mentality, she was in a fix.
Did I take this one? I said, my landlord.
Yeah, don't worry. I tried to pay. It was her own rent too. So I sorted her out. And it was like the next week I had to pay. Okay, my calculation wasn't correct. I had to pay my own rent. And the guy, so I was trying to now tell the landlord, and he's a Nigerian guy, maybe Ghana, something. So I felt at least I can, So I was trying to explain to him that, okay, you know what? I did something, maybe next 3 days I'll be able to pay. I tried to explain in English. But it was as though...
That's why he would now say, this is why I don't like renting.
No, he didn't even say that. He couldn't understand.
Because your rent is...
Because he just After saying it on phone, the guy said, "Okay, so that means you credit me on social." I said, "No, I'm trying to say." After today, I realized that he has chose not to
hear you.
Can't hear me.
You can't hear that.
This place, they don't.
Yeah.
Rent is due. He too. And later he told me that this is my rent.
He uses it.
It's direct debit for him, so it's not as if.
Yeah.
He's trying
I'm going to ruin a lot of things for him too.
Yeah.
by not doing it on
Because he
time.
has to pay his mortgage on that property.
They have to the property,
Yeah.
and is there.
Yeah.
The guy told me that his shoe, he's been wearing one shoe for about 5 years. He has 3 buildings. A Nigerian guy.
Yeah.
He said when he now sold one of his houses I was living, he said he at least go and change his shoe now. Then I was just wondering what kind
It was just manipulating.
I don't know, whatever.
Because he didn't want to buy another shoe.
No, but yes.
At least for whatever it's worth, it's just the way it is.
Things don't
People have
shake.
set their precedents based on timings and commitments, which need to be.
So when you now tell those
There's
people,
no excuse for
please,
those
I need £50, they just be looking at you that where are you from?
Yeah.
You know?
So apart from the red story, what are some of the ways that the UK has humbled you?
Hey.
I can tell you now.
Tell us your way. Why you guys are thinking?
DIY.
Yeah.
Because in Nigeria,
There's a guy for everything.
I'm going to just do the head. If they call her for party,
La vida
rent
loca.
a car, call her driver, driver
Glam up.
because she knows she has nanny, security man,
Driver,
does this
cleaner,
thing. But here that you don't have that kind of
Everything.
support system.
yeah.
You have to do everything by yourself.
Yeah.
It's not now it's better because we've been doing it for
Feel
5
the
years. We're used to it.
Right.
The UK humbled
just
us with
came-
regards to childcare.
Yeah. We were spoiled.
We're so
It took us
spoiled.
time to get over that spoiledness.
We were so spoiled.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we had that DIY thing too. And I think after month 1, I had to reach out to Egbe. I said, please.
But
Yeah,
I gave
you
you
did get-
pre-warning, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, you did.
When Ebele was coming, I was like, this place, you have to be mentally, physically,
Well, you know,
as in-
the thing is,
because it will humble you.
no matter how much you want someone,
Yeah.
the experience is different.
Yeah.
And coming here for holiday and living here are two.
No, completely two
So
different
we've
things.
been here for holiday. I mean, he's lived here for
Many
school.
times.
So
Yeah.
there have been pockets of in and out,
Yeah.
right? And you're like, it won't be that bad.
And living here
But
with
when
kids,
you live here,
Nah,
when
nah.
you are here, it's a different. No one can warn you enough, and no one can
Yeah.
prepare you enough.
Yeah.
So yes, there was that mental. I know I'm going to do DIY. I
When you
know
now
it's
see
gonna
the
be a
DIY.
struggle. But the
This one is not DIY.
intensity-
DIY.
The intensity was so different from
Yeah.
the anticipation that at some point it was like, I need help and I need to get this in place. And I think something else that helped that was when you need the help, don't be afraid. Raise up your hand, acknowledge that you need the
Yeah.
help, get the help in place. So we needed that help to settle, and we did
Yeah.
get the help, and it did what it needed to do for the time that we needed it. And it helped us navigate and settle. So it was what it was. It came in when it needed to come in, and it was done and dusted. I think apart from that piece, right, and this whole waking up in the morning thing, right? In Nigeria, I didn't feel it this way. Waking up in the morning was not an issue for me.
So DIY.
DIY.
Wasn't DIY, sorry.
It's a DIY.
Yeah.
Decided they
DIY. What was the
Difficult
thing that,
DIY.
that I guess humbled you the most?
Well,
You-
the fact
since
that
you've moved?
I think what's got to me the most was the fact that at times you feel like, oh, I'm going to do this thing I just put my head there for this 1 week. But you're looking at the end game. It's not going to be for 1 week.
What do you mean? I'm not understanding. I
Like,
don't
maybe-
get it.
What I mean is you are in it,
Uh-huh.
not just for a week.
Yeah.
You're
But you
in
knew
it
that when you
for
were
the-
coming here, there's no week.
I know it's not for a week.
Yeah.
But the fact that the roller coaster thing, the clock ticking thing, the school runs, the time,
Yeah.
and it's gonna
That's
be
your life now.
that's your new reality everywhere now.
Yeah.
So I think for me, that's really what got
total change in lifestyle.
The total change.
Yeah. Everything.
And it's not going to stop like
everything.
You're not
You guys see yourself
maybe
to Nigeria.
moving
Back to Nigeria.
Not immediately, anyway.
Well, not immediately, but there is, because of the way the UK system is now,
and
you always need to leave that opportunity open.
Very important.
Because it's not casting certainty, especially with the way the government stuff is happening. So my mindset is not 100% cold turkey when it has to do with the UK. It is, we are here now, let's make the best of it
for the time being.
If it does work, that is what our new world will be, then that is what it will be.
Yeah.
But if something happens and there is a Nigeria or somewhere else, will I go moaning and crying? No, I don't want to put myself in that. This is now an X. Never.
Yeah.
It's somewhere there. It's on the table. There's still family there. So Nigeria is still on the map somewhat.
Yeah.
But we will make the most of this opportunity being here and see it through to get what we want to get out of it. It's kind of where I am right now.
Yeah, in a nutshell, what she's saying is that, we're here. We make the most of what we can have here, the opportunity. There are some folks, not too many, but there are a few good stories that you hear about Nigerians thriving, doing things here, living their life. And before the rules are changed, because they always try to remind you that, you moved here and they can decide, like what happened in America. People with green cards were being revoked. You feel once you've gotten something, there's nothing like that. It's a good reminder. So in the light of that, make all your eggs not in one basket.
Yeah.
So that you can, like the way they do capital flights, you can easily move when there's a need to do that. Then beyond that, I realized a lot of folks I've met here who's got kids, like teenagers, the way they talk about their kids. I told my wife recently, I said, so how old are your kids? I said 7, 2. They were like, they just tell me, for all their teenage kids, it's like they have a mind of their own. They do their thing. It's like they just inhabit their parents' house. They don't have, the level of control is very, maybe from where I came from, you still feel they don't listen. In fact, even my clients, they almost defect to me to like, Africa, help me talk to them. That's what I get from their teenage kids. Yeah, I have one lady, I wanted to do stuff for them in their room, and I entered the room, I went back again. Why is that? They are tired. This girl is in university, but the plate, it's total disorganization, at least to a level. So they just tell you that it's because your kids are still young.
No, it's not because you're.
I disagree with them.
Yeah, I disagree with that.
But this,
they need to take some accountability.
And these guys, these people I'm talking about, at least 3 of them, the kind of personality they are people you can feel, I can be friends with them. Mindsets, exposure, and the things. They talk well, they're good. But those kids think it's like they just feel like there's another thing controlling them. So
so if you want to dig down on that one, I think there is something that is not happening that should be happening.
Absolutely.
Because if we look at the Brits and you look at the average British teenager, a lot of them leave their parents' houses early and they're able to lead their lives somewhat and build futures and families for themselves. So why is this thin line where you're seeing some level of teenage rebellion? And I'm not saying teenage rebellion does not happen. And I think I like the fact that you said there is some accountability on the part of the parents that it seems to be missing. And maybe that's something we can, double down on and explore a bit more to see what is happening. Why does it seem that there's a population of migrants who have rebellious things?
Is it just
Is it about the country? Because even in Nigeria, those things do happen.
Yeah.
So let's not. It's not a British thing. It's
It's
not an immigration thing.
Of how often it happens. So if you take 100 families with teen children in Nigeria and 100 families with teen children,
you can't compare now.
What's the level or incidence?
Yeah, it's higher here in the UK.
Possibly higher here. I haven't done the
I've done
research, but it's potentially higher here. Now, the disconnect that I find, is that you will raise your kids to be independent. Here, there's a high level of expectation in terms of independence from an early age. That has to happen because of the way the society is.
Mm-hmm.
Even when we moved, very quickly, I stopped feeding my kids because I had a 2-year-old and a 10-month-old. It was always mom will feed you.
Yeah.
Very quickly, I saw that I didn't have the time. So I just drop your food in front of you. Eat your food or don't eat your food. That's your business. So they had to learn those things.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I walked into a nursery. I saw the children, less than a year, all sat eating their food. I stopped very quickly. Learn to dress yourself. There are things that you just have to give them. Now, when you build that level of independence, you cannot expect control as a teenager because you built me to be independent.
Absolutely.
Even in the school, they teach them to question, to challenge.
Yeah.
So you cannot expect that your teenager will obey you mindlessly.
Absolutely.
Because that's the culture. You built independence, you built challenge, you built
question every of your authority.
So they will question. Yes, they.
I think there's the difference between mindless obedience and independence. Like,
no, sorry, can I just finish them before you reply? Because I think I know where you're going. Now, when you, as a parent, you're now trying to force your own views and your own idea of what their life should be on them,
they will
rebel because you have not raised them to follow your orders mindlessly. You have raised them in a culture where independence. So they will rebel. Especially when you are trying to impose you must do this because this is what I expect of you. They're like, no, that's not what I want to do. It's not the vision I have for my life.
Absolutely.
Oh, you have to stay here. You can't go. Why can't I go? Like, I mean, if you're not consistent in your narrative or what a lot of parents don't stay accountable when they say their teenagers are rebellious because the thing that happens is that you are also not consistent in your messaging. You are telling the child to do one thing, but you're doing another thing. And you're expecting them not to rebel. You're expecting the child to be properly behaved, but you as a mother or a father, you're not properly behaved.
Absolutely.
So there's always that disconnect. And that's where the rebellion is coming from. If these things don't line up, a lot of times, I never blame the child. I'm like, the system or your parents have failed you.
The system.
If you want obedience, if you want your child to do whatever you say, I don't even want my child to be mindlessly obedient. I want my child to be well-behaved, decent, good, and kind. What a lot of parents fail to teach their children is kindness. That's where I have an issue with. Don't be unkind. You can rebel, but rudeness, unkindness, unacceptable.
But it's part of this.
But don't be, as a person, a parent, you're unkind, you're rude, and you're expecting your child. Because I see some children like, your father or your mother must behave this way.
Well, So
I look at, and I don't know if you guys have met her, but my former colleague is who lives in Massachusetts as well.
Okay.
You know, I look at
that lady that comes over the keys.
Bola.
God damn it, I don't want to mention her name.
Why?
Okay, so I look at Bola and I look at her children. I think that she's done a really fantastic job raising her kids. You know, so they are inquisitive, they are independent, but they're not rude. A lot of the children in this UK are YMs. Do you know what YM means? Like young niggas.
Get you.
No, it's not interrogation. Just
cut that out. Carry on.
But they're YMs.
I just said.
But it's not derogatory now. It is not.
Carry on.
Right.
Yeah.
But I look at the way she's raised her children. They are confident, they're independent, they are assertive, but they're not rude. It's something that they'll come here and they'll greet us. That's not something that we get a lot of times from children of their ages. You know, so I think that there is there is a possibility to raise your children to be independent and self-sufficient and all that, but still have the values.
Yeah.
that
I
you
agree.
wanted to
But
have.
you as parents,
And
you
that's-
have to model those
That's the
values.
point.
Yeah.
Leave them with the way the structure is here.
Yeah.
They would turn out exactly.
Yeah.
That being rude is almost part of the culture.
Yeah.
Why should I greet you?
Especially when
Why should I? Because why should I even look at your face?
Why should I greet you first?
Yeah, they'll tell you hi.
Because
All those little things.
Because even as you are walking into school, the teacher is greeting you first.
Yeah, no.
Even though you're the child, they're like, "Oh, good morning." They are not waiting, but in our culture, you must greet your elder first.
Yeah.
God forbid the elder greet you first.
You will get
You understand. So there's that, but for me, those things are soft things. If your child is good, kind, and polite, you've done your job. Every other thing, there are some
foundations that need to be.
Yes.
That's kind.
They are so unkind.
Very, very unkind.
There are kids that are cruel, deeply
Very,
cruel, and that's where I have an issue.
And in every family, there needs to be a dynamic that is pre-agreed by the parents. One has to be bad cop, one has to be good cop.
And those roles can change.
Those should change.
should
Otherwise,
somebody cannot be bad cop all the time.
For me personally, I don't care if I'm a bad cop forever. As long as children come out good. There's something that one of my former CEOs in Nigeria said to me. He said that his child, he disciplined the child, and the child said, "Dad, you're not my friend." He said to the child, "I don't have to be your friend. My work is to make sure that you are upstanding citizen.
Relationship
Being your friend is not my business." And that's the kind of, I align with that mentality. Because if Nato or Candy grow up to be wines, I'll consider myself a failure. So if I had to be the bad cop from now to whenever they're adults, and then they grow up and understand, okay, daddy took on this persona because...
But it can affect your relationship.
It gets to a point where your child has to be your friend.
Yeah.
Now,
you have to balance
at this age, they cannot be your friend because it's about discipline and structure.
Yeah, but when they now start...
But there is a certain age that there has to be a level of friendship.
It must,
or you will lose them.
Because if they're not your friend, after all your hard work, they'll be good where they are.
Yes.
No,
but they won't have a relationship with you. At some point, friendship has to happen.
And at the end of the day, after raising these kids,
I
used to wonder, my parents at times. My mom used to call me some days back, your relatives, did you call? Our goals, what we aspire, or our prayer request in quotes, changes with time. When you're in your 60, 70, as a quote, your expectation will even be, 3 visits from your kid. You may be shocked that would be your desire now.
Yeah.
So now you may feel like, who cares? But
that will not call their parents.
My mom beats us significantly more than my father did. But for me, and let me speak for myself, I'm closer to her than my dad. I don't know why.
Because your dad was bad cop all the time.
Most of them make
don't be bad cop.
No, you must change the rule. I totally agree.
He's not bad cop all the time. But bad cop a lot of the time.
So one of his solutions, to this problem, there's a friend, he's in his 60s, early 60s. So he has a boy. His boy is in the university now. So what he did was that he took the guy home to Nigeria to finish up his secondary school. That's the only boy, because he said the guy, while he was in here, he was already an issue. And in raising kids, at times you may feel it's because you didn't give them the good examples. Don't forget, these are human beings. Some they have some things in them, even though they have all the good examples. We have parents that you be like, wow, is that person your father? And look at this son. They gave him all those stuff. No, really.
I don't believe in that.
I think, let me give you a practical example. My last daughter is Ewa. Even when she's growing up, I can sense and see some traits. The trait that you can know that this one is not as if they didn't teach you this one. You can understand character, personalities. You can mold, but what I'm trying to, there are some things that are innate.
No, but you see,
but personality
now that you understand the personality,
you know your style.
There are things
to
Yeah.
be present.
Your parents
to
I don't believe
enhance
that.
that
Oh,
personality.
see how good your father is. See how bad parents need to be accountable for their children.
You have
Then you will
100%
see-
responsibility.
You will see some parents blaming friends, blaming their
No,
school,
you don't have
blaming
any
this.
excuse.
No.
As parents, a lot of the time we drop the ball. A lot of us were not perfect. We make mistakes. However, fundamentally, your job, and I always say this thing, there are two things you must do for your kids. You will imbibe two qualities: contentment and confidence, right? If your friend, your child,
I think there's more.
There's more.
no, I'll tell you why.
Okay.
If
But
your child,
yes,
there's kindness as well. Why I'm really particular about contentment and confidence. If your child is confident, the influences, because your child will spend most of their time out of the home. If you look at the school year, most of their time is spent in school with other children. We don't know what their own parents are doing.
and I really, really don't
If you build confidence in your child and a sense of contentment, there is nothing any child can tell them that they will fall prey.
Speaking from experience.
I'm speaking from experience. I have been
good experience, actually.
things that my father gave me that I'll forever be grateful for is confidence and contentment. The fact that no matter where I was in life, how wretched I was always feeling content because I knew that my own future will be bright and the brightness is in my hands because my hustle spirit was born since I was in Unilag when I started catering. It wasn't because I felt that. And there were so many things like girls bringing dollars, throwing it at my face. So let me take it to a politician to sleep with you. All those things, it could never move me because I knew I was going to make it in life and I did not need to sell my body to do it. I was very clear. So, but you see, and I saw so many other girls fall by the wayside. Let me follow you now. Me to $100 because I want to carry designer bags. The spirit of contentment needs to exist. Then the confidence of knowing who you are. You know who you are. You know your father's name that you need to protect. You're there because you are fully you are like, the person I am cannot do this thing. So when you build those foundations of value and confidence, even if you put your child inside hellfire, they will not born because they're like, yeah, there's nothing till today as I am. There is no amount of thing that can. There are things that I used to see. I saw so many people. Is it to drugs? Is it to alcoholism? Is it to prostitution? Is it to doing Aristo babe?
Pastor, that
So many people did it in my very close circle. There was nothing anybody. You want me to smoke cigarettes? I'm not smoking. I believe everybody's smoking now, smoking. I'm like, I'm not interested. You're not cool. Leave it now. I don't get. I'd rather be. That's why I'm a G at cutting people off. If I see that you are not aligning with my values, I'm no longer. I will be by myself. I'm very comfortable. I don't have any friend. I'm okay because I'm very confident that my future is not determined by this character. Those are the two things. Like there's kindness and there's goodness, and of course. But for me, I'm like, a lot of kids are not confident. They are not also content. They are under pressure. Oh, because my friends have PlayStation, I must have it. Because they have this. Because there's that pressure. And we as parents, because we work, we try to overcompensate. Okay, I'll buy it for you. Because we're trying to please the child. And it's something that we are following. Every time I'm always trying to pull up like that. It's not because they want it, you should buy it. It's not everything that because you have to also map where that want is coming from.
But 100% agree with you now.
Yeah, I know. I'm not saying that.
Because
I'm not saying that. I'm not accusing you of anything wrongdoing.
I need that experience. My mother has bought PlayStation for us, PlayStation 1, like 4 or 5 years after everybody else had gotten it. So yeah, I'm not.
The worst thing you could ever tell my father is that my friends have it.
Well, it's not because your friends have it. Why do you want it? That's the question.
The minute if it's coming from that place of pressure, then you can't have it.
Absolutely.
In this way.
So, but what the guy did finally, like you said, every parent take responsibility for your kids. So no matter how they turn up. So this guy, even if you realize things, oh, I'm doing all these things, and I'm still seeing these traits in my child. So
I'll take you to Nigeria. Like that fixes anything.
So no, well, whatever you want to do, the bottom line is get the result. So the guy took his son to Nigeria. He went to one school that my wife knows. For now, before when the guy talks about the guy, he's maybe the black sheep in quotes of the family. He's the only boy and the last boy. But now his head is straight. How he did it, it worked for him. But the only lesson I think I heard or I learned there, because when the guy talks to me, was that there are many bad things back home. There are many good things.
Yeah.
So it's good for them to have the sense of both. There are some things here you can be level of rudeness that is just acceptable. There are some things in the culture, even if they born you in the UK, there are some things you'll be because people that grew up here, they don't even think like, because here everybody does it. You can be bold to do it, and even if your parents talk, you can talk back to them or try to give them a reason why you should do it. But that same scenario, if you remove the scenario and come into the context of like Nigeria, for example, you don't even have the boldness to do it. You that it is child, because everybody is thinking differently.
Yeah.
You walk in a place, everybody say good afternoon, good afternoon. Even if you won't say good afternoon, you won't say hi. Those are things. Environment interrupts a lot of people. So I think that really works for the guy. And he corrected, he put some sense in the guy. He's back here now. He likes to go back to Nigeria.
You see a difference.
The difference is treating the guy.
Yeah. So I think beyond the school, he probably put a few guide rails, right? And it's also probably stuff that he had been saying to him, which because he has never lived it
outside of here, exactly.
So I don't think it's just the going back.
No.
There's probably something that may have happened before then, and then he goes there and lives there and experiences and says, "Oh, so people
there's another life like this.
So this thing is actually real. Okay, let me add it because whatever we do with our kids, let's also not forget that there is an enrichment of their knowledge where we take them to and what we expose them to.
Yeah.
It adds to who they are as individuals.
That's a point.
Which is a great thing.
There's something that is probably relevant to this conversation, but who your children also associate with is very important. Yeah. And you cannot always 100% rate who your children. I started a lot of times, I don't know if you've noticed this, but a lot of times when I'm visiting somebody older than me, I dobale. Even though it's not my culture. Because the people I used to move with back then when I was my teens, they were Yorubas. And when we go to their house, they'll greet
their
parents. And when I say them dobale, I'll follow too. Will I now say, no, I don't dobale?
That's it.
So I'll dobale too. I mean, one of the show cousin, especially which goes to house a lot, he would dobale for his mother. One other guy, George, was from Edo. He would dobale too. Me too, as I'm there.
We knew.
Influence. Yeah.
It just kind of stuck. And a lot of times, even till now, when I get older, I
think there's also the part around the wisdom in knowing the habits to copy. Because those your friends, if they were layabouts who were rude, because there are many children in Nigeria that will not dobale.
Absolutely.
It's their culture.
Absolutely.
And they will lead you astray. So it's also the habits.
Yeah.
To discern, like, okay, this is not good, this is good. So there's still that fundamental job that the parent has to do is shaping your ability to discern right from wrong. Yeah. And to imbibe a sense of goodness in you that allows you to discern, okay, this isn't right, I'm not gonna do this, or this is right, this is something I want to copy. And that for me is really important.
Okay.
Anyway, it's been a great episode of Brunch and Banter. You guys, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
We
are rounding up. What do you want?
I'm rounding up too. Don't disgrace me in front of Global TV. Everything I wear on the podcast was picked by my wife.
Yeah.
So she's my stylist.
I am.
Because if she leaves me, I'll just go and buy black t-shirts and wear. But she insists on making me look like it.
I always start.
So I thank you.
And he recently did a work trip to Asia, and everybody was like, "Oh, you look good, man." I was like, "Did you tell them that I styled you?"
Listen.
Did you tell me that you were? Did you call me from Malaysia and say, Thank you for all these clothes.
Because I felt
I've been
good
looking so
wearing
good.
clothes.
No, not that they told you were.
Oh, they didn't tell you look good. Oh.
Okay, it's not peer pressure.
So you look good.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not peer pressure.
I just felt good. But
Okay.
so shout out to my stylist.
My pleasure, baby. Anytime.
It was
Hey,
fun.
guys, it was really fun hanging out with you. Please like, comment,
Please.
subscribe, do all the
And
things.
share.
Share. If you like the content, please give us a follow, and we'll see you on the next episode. Bye.
Cheers.